All right, we're back at the gym, ladies and gentlemen. So, today is a leg day. I think we're gonna make this pretty simple, man. I think we're just gonna go ahead and do some squats, get things going, see how things are feeling. I've been actually playing around a little bit with my stretching and just playing around with my hip flexors. You know, I was telling you guys about that anterior pelvic tilt that I have, that I'm working on. And it's due to my hip, one of my hip flexors is like tight in a weird way, so I'm gonna have to stretch it differently. So that's something I'm gonna kind of play around with, honestly, is just kind of figuring out where my legs are, like how they open up. And that's definitely gonna be a way of, like, you know, there are gonna be people who are a little bit more predisposed to having that anterior pelvic tilt just based on your body mechanics. And I'm definitely one of those people. So trying to figure out, like, where are my legs? Am I tight? Where do I need to stretch? Where do I need to work? It's something I'm gonna be really playing around with today. So we're gonna keep it simple. Basic squats, probably some leg extensions, probably some leg curls, maybe some leg press. I don't know, maybe not. But we might, because again, that goes back into, I wanna play around. It's gonna be like medium weight today. That's what I'm kind of getting into. Like, we might go heavy with some squats, but like most of everything's gonna be kind of medium, so I can feel around, like when I'm at the bottom of the squat, at the bottom of a leg press, when I'm doing leg extensions, leg curls, making sure that those muscles are working the right way. You know, you can't really do that when you're just throwing around weight. So I'm gonna take it a little bit more slow and controlled today. So that's the agenda, pretty simple. And then obviously too, I told you guys I was gonna hit some abs. So I'm gonna go ahead and try, and I think hanging leg raises is gonna be like a big theme for the day. It's gonna be the big theme for everything, because a big part of trying to fix that anterior pelvic tilt, I believe, is gonna be working my lower abs, because I think they're weaker than I think they are. I don't know. I'm feeling around. That was a part of what I was doing yesterday, is like I literally laid on my living room floor and stretched around a little bit, and I was feeling tightness in areas, especially in my core, tightness and weakness in my core. It was weird. Like, I don't know how to explain it, other than the fact that I felt like my lower abs were lacking in regards to pulling my hips forward, so I didn't have that anterior pelvic tilt. Hopefully you guys can understand what I'm trying to say by that. But long story short, I think I need to work on my lower abs a lot more than any other portion of my abs. Maybe my internal obliques too, a little bit more, because I really haven't been working or training those just a ton. So we might get some of that work in too. But pretty simple stuff, guys. So we're gonna get inside, get warmed up, and then I'll see you guys on some squats.
Why didn't you guys tell me I forgot my goddamn hat? Huh? I hate not wearing that thing. It makes this, I can't squat this thing tickling my fucking neck. I mean, I probably can. It's very annoying. Anyways, I am squatting very differently than I ever have before. Recently, I've just been really like, my muscle connection has really been popping off, especially with me doing lighter weight. So that's part of the reason why I'm wanting to do that for like the rest of the cut. When I get more into the bulk, I need to be moving around a little bit more weight, but it's good to get that mind muscle connection down now, you know, phase it up, periodization, if you will. But with this kind of stuff, what I'm noticing specifically with this squat that I haven't been doing, and that's probably the biggest culprit of my anterior pelvic tilt, is that usually when I squat, man, I don't think I engage my glutes all the way. I think that's the problem, because part of the issue with an anterior pelvic tilt is that your hip flexors get tight. I believe this is how it works. They get tight, or, because I don't think they're super tight, because my lower abs would be doing a lot of work here, your glutes are weak, because if your glutes are weak, what's going on with the anterior pelvic tilt? And just imagine your pelvis, it's tilting anteriorly, meaning forward. So it's tilting this way. See how that gives me banana back? So that's what I'm working on. And so if I work on these glutes, what's gonna happen, you know, with the squat, if I squat correctly and use my glutes the right way, or even just doing, like I said, you know, you guys were seeing me do a lot more glute exercises at the beginning. We haven't been doing those as much. But I don't think I was getting the mind muscle connection right with that either. But you have to really squeeze. It's not that you need to squeeze necessarily, it's that you need to open your knees the fuck up. So what your glutes really do is they swivel your knee like this, right? So what it's doing is it's opening your knees up. And what that does is it squeezes right here. That's what helps pull your hip forward and prevent the anterior pelvic tilt. When it's strong, it's gonna pull your pelvis from this to here. So now you're not gonna have this banana back anymore. So that's what I'm trying to work on right now. So let me show you guys, I got like 155 on here. A little bit wider grip for me, I'm noticing is actually helping me hit this a little bit better. So I'm gonna start implementing that. And for some reason, when I started doing these, like when I came in here and started doing these, came in here with the intention of like, you know, really changing up the way my squat is. And it's not really even that I'm changing up the way I'm squatting. It's just that I'm making sure that I'm getting my knees open. So for example, about shoulder width apart. If you guys remember, I've been playing around with like really wide squat and trying to figure out what's going on. It's just my knees. And the way I'm actually thinking about it, instead of thinking of my knees, I'm thinking of my thighs. So I'm not just thinking about pushing my knees out, I'm thinking about pushing my knees to my hips. So I'll turn to you guys a little bit because this isn't too much weight. But I'm thinking about that motion, like literally pushing your hips forward, right? Giving yourself the reverse of an anterior pelvic tilt. That's what's gonna help you use that part of your glutes. And I actually think it is making me stronger. So we might pop on 225 in here in a second. But let's play with this a little bit still. So, you know, going down, I've never had a problem. Going down, I've had that part down. It's when I come up. That's the difference. Can y'all see that difference compared to like, I usually squat like this. See the difference there? That compared to this is better form. See what I mean? It's just that little difference will give you that banana back. So that's what that's my hypothesis rather. And if you're just repping out weight, man, you forget to do that all the way through. Woo, it's already getting me though. That feels pretty good. All right. I do think more weight is needed, so let's pop 225 on. Rest period's probably going about 60 seconds, not too much, not very long, that's for sure. Again, I need to make sure I don't go too heavier than this because if I keep pushing on weight, I'm gonna be forgetting to hit that portion of the lift, and that's the most important for me. After these, you know, I do wanna hit some leg extensions. Your boy got that want to. One thing I'm for sure wanting to make sure I go over with you guys is the leg raises, the hang leg raises, because that's a pretty damn important exercise. And again, that's gonna focus on that anterior pelvic tilt problem. Not to mention, I think the reason it's such a problem, guys, is because if you got that anterior pelvic tilt like that and you're dropping body fat, it makes you look bigger than you are because that sag, listen, when you're dropping body fat, you're gonna have this little saggy bit right here, right? Because it's been there before and it's not like your skin's just gonna all of a sudden disappear, right? And so it hangs more. So instead of like, if your hips are pushed forward, it pushes it back more so that your abs can poke through a little bit easier. So if you guys are struggling with those lower abs too, it could be a culprit. You know, like getting those lower abs, see if you've got lower body fat percentage and it's hard to see those lower abs, you can see the upper half. Check your posture, look in the mirror and literally just do this. Like you can see on me, I definitely have got that anterior pelvic tilt, right? See how it goes inward right here compared to like here. That's what I'm saying. That's what we got to work on. But anyways, let's try out this 225 just for a solid set of like 10. I need to get 10. If I'm going to do these reps, this is why I need to work on that, getting that good volume in while we can. But I might try a little bit of a tighter stance. I don't know. Playing around with it, you know what I mean? So go down, push. Oh, not bad. Just gotta make sure, honestly, I feel like I can hit it easier if I have a wider stance, so I'm gonna do that. Just here though, that's just shoulder width. It feels different, dude. Whew. It feels it feels different on my quads too. I do not know what number we're on. We're gonna go with 5 more. All right. Whew. That's a good set. I think honestly, we'll probably keep the weight. I like getting a couple more sets like that in, gonna be good for me, so stick with it. Starting to think too, that a big culprit of that anterior pelvic tilt might be my deadlifts. Now I'm thinking about it. Because with my deadlifts, I do I think my legs are built for sumo, but I do conventional. And so I get kind of stuck here instead of here because that's just my thighs literally get in the way. I mean, unless I did it like this, which would be really fucking weird, but I could do it. I don't know. Now I want to deadlift. We'll deadlift maybe on back day. Maybe to start off back day. Still gonna be focusing a lot on the traps, but you know what I mean? We didn't do it last time, so it wouldn't be a bad idea. All right, let's get another 10. I might not even just do 8, because I'm gonna take these real slow. Real slow. Oh, man. All right. I'm not gonna lie, the mirror is really helping me kind of get my form down here. I'm just experimenting with the posture for these. There, that's where I want to be at the end. There we go. Woo! That was the strictest one. Oh, man. It's that top portion. Like I almost forget to do it. Because I just want to spam them out. Definitely got to do that slower. But good stuff. I think I made the executive decision that we're going to hit some step-ups next. Because it's been a minute. It's been a minute, and I'm not going to record the leg extensions or hamstring curls or the leg press if I decide to do that. But I am going to record after that. We'll probably get leg raises in because there's some stuff I want to cover there. I don't want to do this last set. I'm tired. This is kicking my butt a little bit, but I need it. So let's go ahead and finish this up. Trying to get real close with it. There we go. I think it's more than anything. It might be my ankle mobility too. We'll test it out. Even just holding it like right here feels like a exercise on its own. Like I almost want to do that. I might do that off camera. Whew. Let's get 3 more. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Like I'm gonna pop on some weight and work on just flexing at the top right there. And then I'll pop y'all back out for the step ups. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, like that part of my, I guess you could say my ass is feeling it. It's feeling it really good. I've already done a set of these, but something I'm doing different than I usually do with these step ups. I'm doing 1 dumbbell at a time so that I have more room for my hips. Because I think if I do that, I'm noticing with my hips, in order for my hips to go all the way forward like that, I gotta give myself some room. Otherwise, like I'll get stuck here, and then this little part of my hips right here are actually, they're still pushed back. They're not fully engaged, you know what I mean? And that's gonna be really important. Again, if I'm doing a bodybuilding show this next year, that'll matter. That'll matter big time. And it's something I've been struggling with for like ever. So I'm ready to get that dealt with. But I think we're onto some good stuff. But we're doing 8 on each side. And just kind of taking it slow. I'm only using 35, man. Honestly, one at a time like this. And focusing at the top. Ooh, I felt something kind of sharp there. Hold on. It's almost like I need to put the weight on my toes so I can like really press forward like I want to, you know? Two more. Woo! It takes a lot of concentration for me. Some of you guys, let's think about body mechanics. Some of you guys, this is gonna be really easy for. Not for me. This is somewhere I struggle, so I'm fine with that. We're also taking these nice and slow. Don't want to rush these. It's almost like I'm going up at an angle. That's better. Two more. That's working too. This muscle in here, it's called your sartorius, I believe, sartorius. And that'll be a good part to kind of try and add some density to, filling that leg. Whew. I'm gonna try these barefoot. I was wearing those sandals, the handy dandy sandals, Adidas sandals, but I think barefoot's gonna be a little bit better for my balance here. All right, remember, switch arms, because I finished with that side. I need to come up at an angle like this. This side's harder for me, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, it's kind of surprising to me. There we go. It's almost like I do need to keep the weight on here so I can feel that. Yeah, that's it. I believe that was 8. Switch it over. That's got my balance down now, though. Yeah, it's almost like I'm rotating, like the squeeze itself is rotating my thigh itself, not just my knee, my thigh this way. Almost lost my balance. Gotta keep this thing on my leg and turn my foot. 3 more. Damn, I'm sweating. Whew, that's different. Another weird thing I noticed whenever I was stretching yesterday, and this is another big reason why I'm wanting to work on this, my internal obliques became far more pronounced when I was working on that. I can actually feel them in there. So I'm trying to figure out, because I don't hardly ever hit my internal obliques. I might go ahead, along with my hanging leg raises that I did today, I might go ahead and do some across the body mountain climbers, just to hit it, you know. One thing I do gotta say, be very careful about like hitting the internal obliques. I see a lot of people doing stuff like cherry pickers or mason twist, if you will. Same name, different, or same thing, different name. But that kind of stuff, like when you're on your back like that, and you're even same thing with setups. If you're going like this, you're putting a lot of pressure on your spine. I don't do that shit. There's a lot of other ways to hit those internal obliques. But for me, I think the route to go are starfish crunches are a big one. You guys have seen me do those. And then across the body mountain climbers are a good one I haven't done in a long time. And I think that's exactly what I need. So we'll do those today. All right, last one. Ooh, I am dripping. This is a good leg day, dude. And it's not even that much weight, if you guys have noticed. Like, it's actually substantially less weight than we usually use, but it's just we're getting more work done. it's really at the top of the movement. That's when it's the most important. I can feel it. Got to keep that tension and concentrate though. 5, 6, 7, 8. Man, I feel that all the way around there. That's crazy. Whew. This one's gonna be rough. I can already tell you. Woo! So different. Okay. Five, 6, 8. Whew, man. That kicked my ass. Whew, all right. I want to get some other leg stuff done, and I'm not gonna record. Same stuff you guys have always seen. Leg extensions, leg curls, yada, yada, yada. And then I'll see you guys on some abs. All right, I'm starting to get tired, y'all. So I've been usually I do hanging leg raises. I'm gonna be doing, I guess these are still hanging leg raises, but I like doing them from here a little bit more, because when I'm hanging from up there, like I'm focusing on the grip a little bit too much, and takes away from me wanting to really focus on like this lower part of my abs right here. You could also do reverse crunches if you're a little bit newer, and these are a little bit too much, because they can be when you're starting off. Reverse crunches are actually probably what I need to be doing as well, but we'll get to that later. So main thing I'm trying to do is keep this lower part of my back flat against this pad, because if it's arching a lot, that anterior pelvic tilt's starting to come back in. And so it's a lot harder to do this exercise when you're focusing on that. So that's what we're gonna be trying to get like 3 sets of 10 on. So I can do it, it just takes a lot of concentration. Now your back can come off the pad when you come up, but when you go down, you wanna try and keep it touching. Ooh. Hanging knee raises. Whew. Yeah, I think that's the hanging leg raises. You could do that too, but I tend to arch way too much when I do that, so I'm gonna try not to. Also gonna keep the rest relatively short, like we're looking at like 20 seconds each here. And then after this, I'm probably gonna get some hanging leg raises, or sorry, freaking cross body mountain climbers in. Woo, really feel those in the hip flexors. Whew, I think I really don't know where I'm lacking, but somewhere in there, definitely feeling it all here too. So it's just giving me a good like balance and posture with it. So we're gonna do one more of these, get that in. I'm probably gonna do some bag work today, because I've been skipping the shit out of that. I'm thinking like on the weekends, that might be what I do. It's like for my morning cardio, I got a bag at my house. So, and honestly, it's better than the one they got here. It's a lot better than the one I got here. So, might as well do that in the morning on the weekends, so I don't have to go anywhere. I can do it from my house. No excuse, you know? So, I think that's what we're gonna do on this weekend. But during the week, I still wanna hit that a few times. I don't wanna completely dismiss it, but I also don't want it completely take over my cardio either, because that's what's giving us all these different issues we're having to work on. I do think MMA, a lot of the kicking and the, you know, there being dominant sides, it definitely makes you a little lopsided, especially your boy, mixed-handed. I believe it was 10. All right, I'm gonna get a few sets in of the crossbody mountain climbers, and then I guess I'll see you guys in the car.
workout is done, and I'm so tired. I didn't even go check my pose or anything, man. That shit wore me out. It's just the hyper focus that I have to put towards it. It's mentally draining, I'm not gonna lie. But also, it's funny to see, like, I usually am like this at the end of workouts anyways, where you see me pretty high energy before because the pre-workout's still hitting, and then you see me after and I'm just like, but I would say a pretty damn successful leg day. Did some stuff that was a little bit different, stuff that I really like, stuff that we're gonna be throwing in a lot more. And so I'll let y'all know how the soreness comes in tomorrow. It definitely feels fatigued in an area of my ass that I'm not used to. So that's gonna be fun, but I stretched pretty good. Tomorrow morning, getting some cardio in, and then you gotta love it. Every time after leg day, which leg day has been probably my least favorite day of the week so far. Like, I say so far, like recently, you know, it switches every once in a while. It was back day, and now it's kind of switched over to leg day. Oh, dude, I'm shaking. Damn, can y'all see that? Shit, I'm tired. I also went ham on the bag and got some cardio in, so that's probably why my nerves are shot. But I am hungry. We're gonna go get some food, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow for tomorrow's chest day. Oh.